You have a priority in your life. Maybe you're the only person who knows what it is, but you have a priority in your life. And the question is this: do you value your relationship with Jesus Christ enough to make Him, time alone with Him, the number one priority in your life? Is He that valuable to you? Is He that important to you? Where does He rank in your life? Does He rank number one? Is He number two, number three, number four, number five? Is He down so far in the list on your time, your energies, your interest, your love, your devotion, that you can't figure out exactly where He fits? Do you put Him in the category of, He's in the category of my priority about going to church, and I go to church one day a week. Where is Jesus in your priority list? Now, you can ignore that question, but the truth is you shouldn't ignore it. Where is He? You say, well, I want to set priorities in my life, and I want to be what God wants me to be. Well, wanting to is one thing. Doing it is something else. I can want a lot of things in life, but do I want them? Listen, do I want them strongly enough to make a decision, to make it work in my life? Listen carefully. The most important thing in your life and my life today, tomorrow, next month, next year, every year, till the moment we die, is our personal, intimate relationship with Him, with Christ. The number one priority in our life is to be that time we spend alone with Him. Now watch this. It isn't because we just need Him. He wants us. He desires our love, and He desires to spend time alone with us. We don't need to see Jesus to have fellowship with Him, to love Him, to be loved by Him. We don't need that. And Jesus is not saying that hard work and plenty of work and lots of work is bad. He's just saying that we have to keep our priorities right. When we come before Him by ourselves and with an open word and begin to ask Him to speak to our heart and to read the Scriptures, first thing happens this: He will quieten your spirit. I don't care how stormy your circumstances are. It doesn't make any difference how difficult the situation is and what's going on in your life and who's on your case. You know what? When you get along with Him, it is absolutely amazing how He can quieten your spirit, shut out everything else in the world, and it's just you and Him. That will quieten your spirit. He knows how to do that. That's why David said, my soul clings to Thee. He'd learned the secret. That's why he said he sat before the Lord and listened to Him and talked to Him. So number one, certainly it quietens our spirit. That means whatever troublesomeness was there, it'll be gone. Frustration, anxiety, fear, worry, He's going to take it away. Secondly, we're going to sense renewed energy. I cannot explain it. I just know that when you get on your face or sit or whatever it might be before the Lord, and He's first, you shut out everything else and you begin to listen to Him, and you begin to express your love and your praise toward Him. There is a divine energy that surges through this human body that physiologically something happens. It's certainly going to strengthen your faith, surging your faith, that this God who controls it all is willing to speak to you. Listen, He desires to speak to you. He will make it so crystal clear if you will give Him the time. So you're going to have a sense of energy, a quiet spirit, and you certainly, without a doubt, are going to feel strength in your faith. Not only that, but you're going to be refreshed in your emotions. He knows how to fuse within our emotional being. Listen, all that we need to fill us up, He's sitting on ready, waiting to meet every single solitary need that we have. We say that He meets all of our needs, and then we wonder why sometimes we don't have them, because we don't give Him a chance. Certainly, it enlarges our view of God. When you begin to see how He begins to work in your life, and how He is working situations and circumstances in the future that you can't even figure out. And you come to that point in your life, of that time, of that decision, and you see how God has worked out every single detail already. One thing that certainly will happen when you spend time with Him is that He will purify your heart. I do believe that one of the primary reasons that most people will not get along with the Lord spend time with Him is because they don't want to face themselves. They've got baggage they don't want to deal with. Sin in their life they don't want to face. Anxieties, they can't deal with them. Not only that, their frustration, their anxieties are such, they just don't believe that somehow God can handle that. Yes, He can. Listen, He can take every single need that we have. And sometimes those feelings we have that emotionally upset us are the result of some particular sin in our life that we not even identified. So what happens? When you come before Him and you say, Lord, speak to my heart, God doesn't scratch His head to find out what to say or what to think. He knows exactly every single thing that's going on in our heart. And so what does He do? Sometimes it may be like a storm that hits us, but sometimes very gently He reminds us, it's not the right attitude. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have treated him that way. You need to go apologize. In other words, if you're afraid of what He's going to say, you're not going to get along with Him. But if you love Him and you care and you want His character in your life, you will open your heart to Him and say, Lord, I want you to speak to my heart. Whatever you see in my life, I want you to clear up, because God, I want you to be able to look at me and not find anything in me, Lord, that disturbs our relationship.